Suzuki Jimny. We love the Jimny, but we got a problem. What problem we got? We've got two problems. Right, one problem is, so in this video we're going to show you how to take out this radio and these surrounds. First problem is our surrounds are scratched. What's happened there? What's going on, Lily? It's all mashed up, isn't it? This side's all right. It must have had a shoddy passenger in here. Right, what else have we got? Look, we've got this problem here, code. So I can't find the code in the manual. We took the fuses out the other day for a video and it's now got code. So we are also gonna take the stereo out to get the serial number. You may be upgrading your stereo. You may need to replace some bits on your heater controls or replace your cigarette lighter or whatever. But there's a whole myriad of things hidden behind this panel and it's not too difficult to take out. So we're gonna show you how to take it out. Right then, the first two screws are under here. So you're gonna have to get down on the floor, Lily, and show them. The camera's going to explode here. Kick that door open, let more light in. So we've coloured the screws orange for you, for your enjoyment and entertainment. So now you sort of don't need to take these out, but you do need to take these out. I managed to take the unit out. Oh gosh, that screwdriver's not quite the right size. Right, all these screws are the same, by the way. So every single screw we're going to take out in this operation is the same. Right, we're going to throw them in there, and then we're going to get that second one there. Right. Now, all we need to do is lower it down, because what it is this front lip here just catches on that lip behind there and holds it in. So it'll be all right springing down there. Right, I think we're ready now to give it a pull. So you can hold this bottom bit here and you can just pull this out like so. Now be careful, when you get to the top there's a wire behind this hazard warning panel. So we just pull that out gently. And you'll find then it gets to a stop. Now, on the side here, there's a little button you've got to press. I'll show you when I've taken it out. Right, so what you've got there is that little button there, makes that little rampy bit there go in, which allows you to extract this. Right now, then you think you're all home and dry, but you're not. You have got the cigarette lighter power connector here. So we've got to wiggle this off. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now it'll be a bit harder than that because I've pre-wiggled him. Oh gosh, right, careful. See what fell off there, Lily? That fell off on me earlier. Where's it gone? It's here. Right, so what there is, it looks like it's broken on my car, but it looks like it should have two of these, and it's sort of a blank. On some deluxe models, it must have a switch, but I guess it's a little blank, so you can add an extra switch for, I don't know what. Look, we've got heated mirrors, we're flash, we've got everything. Right, so we've got that out. Let's do that later. So basically, to remove those silver, we're gonna wrap these with carbon fibre wrap, aren't we, Lily? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. We'll put it at the end of the video. Right, so we have clippage. So let's talk about the clips. So you'll notice it's got these yellow clips, and they're quite good clips actually. But half of them get removed with this panel, and half of them get left behind. Now, we have tried extracting these clips. You can't put this back on there with those clips because they will not find their way into those clips, and you'll see why in a second. Now, I did try sort of extracting them by putting my fingers under, but you've got to be really, they're really in there quite tight, and it's quite hard. So the easiest way to remove these clips is actually to remove the radio, and you'll see we'll get them out. So next thing is to remove the radio. So we've got 4 screws. Actually, let me start on this side, Lily, and then you can see what I'm doing better then, can't you? So everyone can see there are 4 screws. So these are exactly the same as the screw we took out earlier. The screws we took out earlier, they're all the same on this job. Try not to drop on. Right, so we've got those out. So we can then extract this, but there are some wires at the back, so be a little careful. Right, just pull it. Pull it. Pull it. Right, and then let's have a look. There we go. Right, now the shortest wire is the aerial. Now it does pull straight back, but sometimes it's easier to twist it and pull a little bit. And there we go, and that will come out. So that's your aerial lead. And then you've got your main electrical connectors. A little bit on the top you've got to press. Push that in, and then just pull the radio till it goes tight. There you go, and that extracts that. Now, I'll have a quick look at this. It looks like we've got 4 speakers. Now, in this car, we've only got 2 speakers connected at the moment, but it looks like we've got 4 pairs. So that looks like 1 speaker, the grey's another, the brown's another. I think I think we've got 4 sets of speakers there, and then we'll have power and probably light as well. So there's that. Now be careful, there's these little rubber bits that are just stuck on the end of here, and they form like little runners that go down this little track here. So when you put it back in, you've got to slot it in here, and they run on this little rail at the top. So there's the, now, so we need the serial number. So we've got a Suzuki part number here, and I don't know where the serial number is on the serial number. So we've got a serial number here. So I'll take a picture of this, and we'll go and have a look at the website later and see if we can get a radio code for this radio. Right, bom bom. Right, so clips. So these clips here, you can, this one here, you can push it out the back. There you go. And then if I don't drop it, I can extract it out the side here. And then what you can do is you can refit this clip back onto this. Now it's got to go where those, it sort of leads itself on, but sometimes you have to just spread them a bit to get them. But let's have a look. If I just, there you go. So if you can get all the clips on here, that helps. Now these two are a little bit of a pig, because when you feel up around here, you can't quite get to it. But what I found was, if you can push them into it quite easily. So if you just push it in, right, and it will sit in a little bucket. And then if you get your screwdriver, it's what it is the side of this air duct, but you can just flex it to the side a bit. Just stick the screwdriver in, and it will fall out into your hand if you're lucky. There we go. So we'll get all those done. Right, so we'll do all those later, put those safe. Right, we were gonna, so if you wanted to wrap or paint or replace these parts, I might contact Suzuki and see how much they are. We'll do that later, Lily. We'll have a word with Suzuki and see if we can stock those. I don't know what finishes they did them from in factory. Right, so are these screws the same? No, these screws are different. Look, there's me saying they're all the same. So up until now we've got these pointy end ones, but for this trim you've got these smaller flat ended ones. We got that, Lily? You're not talking today then?
No, I got it all.
You got it all?
I got it all.
Just make everyone think I'm talking to myself if you don't reply. I think I've gone batty.
I'm here.
Right. I have to get you doing some of these jobs soon, Lily. Right, here we go. Right. So I haven't actually done this bit yet, so let's see how these come off. I'm guessing they're just screws. Let's have a look. There we go. So have we might even have a part number in there. We might be able to Google, look. This, left hand, yeah, look, so they've even written which is the left hand one. So I think we'll rub that down. I think that should be easy to wrap that. We can wrap some carbon fibre film.
Yeah.
We ought to ask George really, but he's at school, so. Right, so we'll get those off. Right, so what are the next jobs we've done? We've covered the clips, we've covered taking the radio out. We've got to go and try that radio serial code website, and then we'll see if we can get show you how to enter the radio code. Right, so we're just gonna prep these trims and try and just sand out all the scratches. So we'll actually sand off some of the paint, as you can see. So that's one we've done. So here we go, Lily's got this one. So we've got some wet and dry paper, 240 grit, emery cloth, wet and dry paper, whatever you want to call it, 240. Right, just put a bit of water on there. There you go. And then just, you can put a bit of fairy liquid on as well if you want, just to help it. And then just sand that off until you get, I'm trying to get all those little scratches, because if we put the wrap on it, so we've got the wrap, while Lily's doing that, we have got the wrap here, we've got some carbon fibre look sticky wrap, sticky black plastic, as we used to call it. Right, so we will get that all cleaned up, and then we will come and have a go at wrapping. Right, so here we go, so we're just halfway through wrapping that. It's a little, we're not going to do a video on how to wrap because we're not professionals, are we, Lily? No, not quite. So we'll show you when we got those done. But yeah, it's basically, you can see what we're doing. We're just stretching it over. Right, so let's try and enter the code. So I've done a bit of research. So we don't need the aerial in just to enter the code, just power. Right, so let's see. It should come up with code 00. Mind those little rubber bits there. Right, so let's have a look. So when I put the key, put the ignition on, Now apparently on these radios from factory they come with no code, or the code is 0000, 4 zeros, but unless the users decided to set one, so we don't know. But let's have a look. Hopefully the code is just 0. But, right, so it says code 000. So how do we actually enter a code? What do you reckon, Lily? The seek up down buttons. Do we press enter, or can we press
the buttons, like the
code?
numbers.
Code, yeah, but how do we? Oh, 1. But how do I put 0? You can't actually put 0 in.
Oh.
1. Yeah, go 1 1 1 1. And what has that done? Do we have to press enter? How do you accept a code, or has that now locked me out?
Maybe unplug it.
Oh,
then
code,
out.
it's code. Yeah, so, but I wonder how you press, let me just see if, yeah, because if the code is, you can't enter a 000 code, can you? None of these buttons are doing anything. So should we try 1 2 3 4?
Yeah.
1 2 3 4. Oh! Get in!
Yes.
Result. So I don't know whether. There you go. I'm going to write that on the. There we go. We fixed the stereo.
Nice.
So now whether the default code is 1 2 3 4, who knows? But happy days. Right, we're in. We're all in. So we can get it all back together now, can't we?
Yeah.
So yeah. So we can put all this back together. Let's turn it off. Now I think then once you've got the code and you come back to it the next day, I think it'll just come up, it'll just come straight in. You've only got to enter the code once, unless you take out the fuse or mess around or do whatever. So we're going to put this back together. We're going to make sure we got our 2 rubber bits on. We're going to remember the aerial, or we're going to be in a spot of bother. And we may even get around to upgrading the stereo one day. I think George is quite keen for the stereo. But for now, we're just going to get this. All careful with that. That wire's got to go out the hazard warning light hole. We're going to get this all back together. Get that screwed in. We'll join you again and we'll show you fitting our final trims back in. Right, we have got the Suzuki all done. We've done the radio code, which I'm delighted about, and we've showed you how to enter the code, and we have carbon fibre wrap these bits, which I think look way better than the silver. Right, let's just check the radio works, and then we're all good. There we go. That's coming on. Oh, that's volume. Let's see if we got the preset channel. Oh, we'll have to tune it. Right, we'll tune it, but there we go. Suzuki stereo all done.